Sooners land yet another elite defensive back for the 2025 recruiting class. And don't look now, but Texas is triggered again. Welcome back to Hall of Fame College Football's Sooner Magic Podcast. I'm your host, Jasiah Wagoner, and if you love college football, especially the Oklahoma Sooners, you're definitely in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button, like our videos, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss one moment of Hall of Fame college football. Tristan Haynes out of Carl Albert, Midwest City, Oklahoma, a top 150 overall recruit in the 2025 recruiting class, will be an Oklahoma Sooner. Listen, big time move for the Sooners to get yet another top end defensive back, cornerback this time around for the 2025 class that started to look really loaded in that room. Before we get to that, I want to take a moment to shout out our partners at Hall of Fame College Football, Mint Mobile, where you can score the best deal in wireless, bar none, with no salesperson required, while not sacrificing service, speed, or anything you're used to with your big wireless carrier. That is, of course, other than the feeling of being financially violated each month when it comes time to pay your bill. You heard me correctly. By logging on to our partner website, try mintmobile.com/HOF. That's try mintmobile.com/HOF. You can ride the wave of the largest 5G network in the country and get a limited talk, text, and data for your first 3 months of service for just $45. That's $15 a month, folks. And if you're skeptical, just do what I did and add a Mint Mobile line to your current phone and plan. You can do this by using Mint's digital eSIM card, which is activated online and works autonomously from your existing service. On the same phone, different plan, different number. That way you can compare Mint to your current wireless carrier for 3 months before making the long-term switch. And if it doesn't work out for you, no harm, no foul. Either way, you get an opportunity to check it out, not miss anything if you're concerned with that. Some of you folks that travel around, I know that would worry you. But reminder, Mint Mobile is set up on the nation's largest 5G network with the best coverage there is. Look, guys, it's not rocket science. It just stands to reason. Go with Mint Mobile. Stop getting screwed over by big wireless. All right. So, Tristan Haynes, 6'2", 175-pound corner out of Carl Albert High School, the defending two-time state champions in the state of Oklahoma. Makes a lot of sense if you're looking at what we're at the overall build of cornerbacks that this Oklahoma group is making their money on recruiting-wise. As you've already seen in the first couple of cycles, you've seen a lot of big physical corners. You think about guys that are still left there. Jacoby Johnson, over 6-footer. Same with Makari Vickers, fast, physical, tall, guys that can match up with those big outside wide receivers that you're going to see Oklahoma match up with in the SEC. The same holds true for Tristan Haynes. He is the number 119th overall player in the country, according to 247 Sports. He falls just outside the 150 in the composite at 151. He is the number 12 corner in the country. Some have him as low as 14 or 15, something like that. In the end, another top end Oklahoma recruit, which is something that Coach Venables has talked a lot about, getting the best players from your state. You have to dominate your state. They have absolutely done that. since his arrival back in Norman. This is a big get because, as a lot of people will show you here, you've had a ton of offers for this kid. This was the sixth SEC, one of six SEC offers for Haynes. He has been looked at as a possibility to go to Notre Dame for a long time. There was a couple of crystal ball predictions going in that direction for him. He makes it official. He is sticking with the home school and coming to Oklahoma for his college football. But as you can see, he actually got, right around this time last year, he got his offer from Alabama. He also held offers from Tennessee, Arkansas, Georgia, of course, Baylor. Georgia was one of his top six, though, as well. Then you had Missouri, as well as Texas A&M and Notre Dame, as we talked about. Look, guys, there's a lot of big offers for a kid like this. So, again, one of those things that I always talk about, and this is another blue chip athlete that you're seeing come into this class. Make no mistake about it, this is a big time player. The only reason that you didn't see an offer coming from a place like Texas, which they're going to tell you different, but the only reason that Texas didn't offer is because he's an Oklahoma City kid. That's all. They're going to sit there and tell you how, they don't want him, and, that it doesn't matter that Oklahoma now moves up in the composite rankings to the top 5 at number 4. They actually jump ahead of USC with this commitment, and there are still a number of recruits still out on the board that can continue to make this class rise. What's left right now for the secondary recruiting in this cycle? Probably not much. You may have you're looking at a possibility that Kobe Sellers, probably another defensive cornerback that they had their sights on, and he's been predicted to go to Oklahoma, had a lot of trips to visit Oklahoma as well. Looks like he may be moving and starting to trend a little bit more towards Mike Elko and Texas A&M. But I would say that, I don't think that that's guaranteed at this point. I know that even though they should be done with their cornerback recruiting right here, I feel like if they could get a kid like him, he's a little bit smaller. He doesn't fit the mold of what they've had with all their cornerbacks. But I also think you want to kind of look at the possibility that they would get somebody for those more shifty inside speed guys, in the slot. So somebody like Sellers would still fit. I also think if they feel like that they really want him, that they could go one over on this one. I don't think it's definitely over with until you see them actually committing to Texas A&M. I wouldn't say for sure that it's Sellers, although I admit that it certainly kind of pushes him towards that way a little bit. Now, PG over at the PG show seems to have conceded Jonah Williams, the number 1 safety in the 2025 class, to Texas A&M as well. But I'm not really inclined to say that he's off the table. If you'll remember right, this entire defensive staff for Oklahoma was down in Galveston a couple of weeks ago to support Jonah Williams at Ball High School's baseball game that he played in a couple of weeks ago. And it's moves like these that tell you just how much this Oklahoma staff values building relationships and letting you know that, again, here's one of these buzzwords that really seem to be going around with all these kids, is that Oklahoma makes them feel like they are a priority for them. And they are. Believe me that Jonah Williams will remain a priority. And with the way that Brandon Hall's been recruiting, I wouldn't be surprised even in the least if he went ahead and decided to make Oklahoma his home for college. Again, they are loaded up in the secondary for the foreseeable future. Again, I talked about Vickers, Jacoby Johnson. You still have Gentry Williams in there as in the cornerback room. You've got some guys that are going to be very good moving forward, you still have Eli Bowen that came in with the 2024 class, along with Jeremiah Newcomb, the son of former Nebraska star Bobby Newcomb, also in that class. This is a full and very talented, deep cornerback room. I don't think it changes a whole lot moving forward. So we'll see kind of what happens with all that, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Jump in there, make sure that you give us a good thumbs up, and tell me what you think about the pickup for the Oklahoma Sooners. Thanks a lot. We'll see you on the next one.